Hello, internet friends! Today I have 6 sauces that you can make with powdered gravy. Yup, the same powdered gravy I talk about all the time. Each sauce has a unique flavor profile and is low in points. If we haven't met before, I'm Laurel and I've lost 60 pounds on WW, formerly known as Weight Watchers, and I want to show you how livable and delicious the WW lifestyle can be. A quick tip before we get started. To prevent the sauce from being lumpy, always start the gravy and the liquid in a cold pan, then turn it to medium and whisk it together. Gradually heating the gravy, I mean sauce, prevents it from getting lumpy. So as a note, some of these sauces don't taste exactly like the originals. My goal isn't to create duplicates. My goal is to create something similar yet still delicious so that I can enjoy all the sauces I love without compromising my goals. The recipes and the points are listed in the description below. So let's get to the kitchen. One of our favorite soups is French onion, so I've turned it into a sauce. For the French onion sauce, start with some diced onion. I use about a half a cup of frozen diced onions. I add a spray of avocado oil and about a tablespoon of broth and saute the onions until they're translucent and just beginning to caramelize. Add a tablespoon of red wine and cook over low for a few minutes to cook the alcohol out. Turn off the heat, then add a third cup of beef broth, a tablespoon or 6 grams of brown gravy mix, and a pinch of ground thyme. Turn the heat back on to medium, whisk together and let the sauce thicken. Once the sauce is thicker, turn the heat to low and add 2 teaspoons of reduced fat Parmesan cheese. Whisk over low until the cheese melts. This makes 1 serving, and 1 serving is 1 point. Next, I'm making a pseudo Marsala sauce. I don't use Marsala wine, so I can't really call it Marsala, but it's still really good. In a cold pan, start with a tablespoon or 6 grams of brown gravy mix, an 1/8 cup of wine. I used Cabernet Sauvignon, but use what you have, it'll be fine. A 1/4 cup of beef broth and some garlic. I used half a teaspoon of garlic paste. Turn the heat to medium, whisk together, and let the sauce thicken. This makes 1 serving, and 1 serving is 2 points. Saturday night is usually Chinese takeout night, and I make this sauce for my shrimp egg foo young nearly every week. This also works great on chicken. I present my peanut curry satay sauce. In a cold pan, add 1 1/3 tablespoons or 9 grams of country gravy mix, 2 tablespoons of powdered peanut butter, a half teaspoon of red curry powder or more, a dash of ground ginger, and a teaspoon of granulated sugar replacement. I use all-purpose 0-calorie sweetener. It's linked below, it's awesome. Then add a 1/3 cup of chicken broth, some garlic, and an 1/8 cup of soy sauce. Turn the heat to medium, whisk together and let the sauce thicken. You can add a little more broth if it gets too thick. This makes 1 serving, and 1 serving is 2 points. Sometimes instead of the peanut curry satay, I make Thai peanut basil sauce for Chinese takeout night. To start, add a 1/3 cup of unsweetened almond or cashew milk and a 1/4 cup of fresh basil leaves to a blender. You can blend it until it's smooth or until the basil is just chopped. That's personal preference. It'll taste good either way. Then, in a cold pan, add 1 1/3 tablespoons or 9 grams of country gravy mix, 2 tablespoons of powdered peanut butter, a half teaspoon of red curry powder, the basil milk, and a teaspoon of fish sauce. Turn the heat to medium, whisk together, and let the sauce thicken. Once it's thick, turn off the heat and add a teaspoon of coconut extract and an 1/8 cup of G. Hughes Thai sweet chili sauce if you have it. This makes 1 serving, and 1 serving is 2 points. A surprising new favorite of mine is honey Dijon cream sauce. In a cold pan, start with 1 1/3 tablespoons or 9 grams of country gravy mix, a 1/3 cup of unsweetened almond or cashew milk, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, and 1 tablespoon of sugar-free maple syrup. Turn the heat to medium, whisk together, and simmer until the sauce thickens. Add a dash of dill and it's ready to serve. This makes 1 serving, and 1 serving is 1 point. I've made this sauce on my channel before, but here's my yummy cheddar cheese sauce. This works on macaroni and cheesesteaks. In a cold pan, start with 1 1/3 tablespoons or 9 grams of country gravy mix, 1/8 of a teaspoon of mustard powder, and 1/2 cup of unsweetened almond or cashew milk. Turn the heat to medium, whisk together, and simmer until the sauce thickens. Once it's thicker, turn the heat to low and add 1/4 cup of Velveeta shreds and 2 teaspoons of reduced fat Parmesan cheese. Whisk everything together until the cheese melts. This makes 1 serving, and 1 serving is 3 points. Well, that's all I have for you today. If you want more gravy sauce recipes, you can check out the companion video right here. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I can't wait to see you again next time. Bye!